In this video of That Product Makes How Much episode 10, I not only show you guys how I personally do product research using tools like Jungle Scout and Helium-10, I also show you guys how I validate these products, and this is exactly how I personally go about doing product research and how I teach going about product research to my students. So hopefully this video will help you guys a ton. Let's go. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Prestige Amazon FBA YouTube family in the series of That Product Makes How Much episode 10. Hopefully you guys have seen the previous episodes, or this is the 10th episode of this series where I basically walk you through my entire steps of both product research and product validation. So again, the story behind this series is this is something that I wish I had when I had first starting out. When I was first starting out, sorry. But when I was first starting out, I honestly didn't know, how to go about product research. There were so many things to look for and take into account. And here I really use tools like Jungle Scout and Helium-10, as well as make data-driven decisions to kind of verify whether or not a product will or has a chance to succeed in today's Amazon FBA market, especially for private label. So if you're interested in anything private label related, definitely consider subscribing to this channel, because I do release a video every single week on pretty much anything that you can imagine about Amazon FBA. So my goal for this channel and these videos is to just help you guys out when you guys are first starting, because it's super important, and I think YouTube was extremely valuable for me when I was first starting out. So again, consider subscribing if you haven't already. And then I do have a engaging Facebook group down below. It's called the Prestige Amazon FBA Mastermind. Definitely go check that out and join. Feel free to post any questions that you guys have there, as well as an Instagram page down there as well, where I do post every single day on Amazon FBA specific topics. So I think you guys will find that helpful as well. And you'll also find a bunch of discount codes down below as well. But I feel like I've just been rambling about things that you guys are probably not super interested in. You guys just want to see how this works if you guys haven't checked out the other episodes of the series yet. So let's just dive into it. But I have pulled out Jungle Scout. Let me shrink my screen here. Here I have pulled up Jungle Scout, and if you guys use Helium-10, Helium-10 has has a similar tool to this as well. On Helium-10, I believe it's called Black Box. Yeah, I have Black Box pulled up here, but on Jungle Scout, I'm just going to be using the product research tool here, the product database. Very similar tools. You can set similar filters. As you can see, I'm going to go off the last filters that I had set from last time. Or the last episode, and kind of go off from there. So as you can see, these are what I typically recommend for people just starting out. Some I don't recommend because, it's hard to get into clothing and jewelry, as well as camera and photo, beauty, personal care, things like that. So these are the filters that I typically set when I do recommend, or when I do teach people how to do product research and how I've taught my students. So again, yeah, these are the filters I've pretty much usually set, as you can see. And I'm just going to start off where I had left off last episode. And if you're interested in checking that out, be sure to check out episode 9 before diving into this one. As mentioned in the last few episodes, I don't really like to spend a lot of time going through products that I already know are oversaturated or are hard to get into, like face masks and hand sanitizer and things like that. So if you see me scroll over certain things, that's likely the reason, or the product just doesn't make sense. For beginners, like air vent screen mesh, that's something I wouldn't necessarily recommend. I don't know, what necessarily the demand is or the competition is like, but it's just something that I wouldn't really spend time looking at when there's, as you can see, 63,000 other products to kind of scroll through. But yeah, I'll definitely try to explain myself as best as possible throughout this entire process. So let's dive into it. Plastic disposable cake containers. Let's keep going. 10 pounds pure white beeswax. $96. Beeswax. The rank is a little high for me. So I'll kind of use these as first filters before really diving into some other stuff. 10-pack seed starting tray. This looks pretty good actually. $23, 40K monthly revenue. I know planting, again, if you've seen the last episode, planting is getting super big. So I know a lot of people are getting into this too. This looks like it's been on sale for a while, so you could, and I feel like seed starting trays have been on sale for a while. But you do see a drop. Here could have been a Black Friday sale, or just the Q4 demand. I know a lot of people are buying gifts right now. It seems like a pretty giftable item for somebody that likes plants. But you see that drop here. We can go ahead and check it out. Seeds, it's probably a seed starting tray. Seed starting tray. Seed starter tray. And this is a pretty large item depending on how big of a seed starting tray that you are going for. Reviews look kind of high depending on everything over this. Actually, yeah, I feel like that'd be pretty good if you were to use a relatively or produce a relatively sturdy one, because a lot of these ones I personally used are very flimsy and very thin plastic or compostable. But this is an interesting one to actually purchase, because this in the long term would save you money and is reusable. You can just kind of rinse it out. These do not last very long. From experience, I used to work in agricultural research, so I used to use a lot of these seed starting trays actually in my line of work. So this could actually be a good differentiation. I'm not sure how these are like. These look more sturdy for sure. This is definitely a higher price point. I'm not sure what the sales are like, but it looks like this guy is just kind of starting out. I wish I had more, I wish I had more data to go off of this. Because I would like to say that this is a potentially good product, and you do see he's slowly decreasing, and he looks like he's making more sales because his BSR is dropping. But at one point in time, perhaps maybe he sold out, but he had a lower BSR, but he just started selling in September, so or she. But this could actually be a good one. This is very well thought out, actually. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. This is actually really interesting. If you are able to kind of speak to a manufacturer and actually design something along these lines, not to actually copy this exact one or create something similar, it looks like it would be relatively cheap to produce. So I wouldn't actually. This has high potential, actually. So something to keep in mind, actually. I feel like I just said actually like 20 times, but super cool idea. Let's see. Let's just keep moving on. Rainbow cocktail shaker. So this one already has a super high review count, and I think I've gone over this probably in one of the last videos too. There's a lot of people differentiating in other ways for that specific, shaker set. So I won't actually spend time going through that. That area is pretty saturated at this point in time. Let's see. Biscuit Ziploc bags, hangers, no markers, packaging. LED strips, Christmas lights, hoses. Not going to get into the hoses. Hoses is something you can't really differentiate from just because it's a hose. And there are a lot of similar looking hoses on the market. Drug test cups. I would prefer not to get into that. Large scale order book receipts. I think this would be a pretty heavy product for the price point. Containers, drawer slides, drawer handles. No, don't want to get into that. We covered spandex tables in the last episode. 10-pack self-adhesive cork board tiles. Huh, that should be kind of cool. Cork board tiles for mini bulletin boards. That'd be kind of cool. I'm assuming this would be relatively cheap to make too. 1,200 reviews. Self-adhesive cork board. I'm going to assume that is the main keyword. And again, you can use tools like double scan helium-10 to do a reverse ASIN search, and we can do that. I just wanted to kind of copy and paste for a quick search. Yeah, super low reviews. It doesn't look like, I mean, it looks like the BSR is pretty high, but it doesn't look like there's a lot of competition depending on what you're trying to sell exactly. Like this, well, it's a 100-piece set. 100-piece push pin cork. Okay. Yeah, again, this is probably something I wouldn't recommend just because everything kind of looks the same. The price point is on the lower end. I mean, eventually this is just going to be a price war unless you're able to think of a way to differentiate. I personally wouldn't get into something like that. So we'll just keep going. Sequence, table runner. What is this? I've never heard of this. I've definitely seen this. I didn't know it was called a table runner. Let's see. There are a bunch of table runners. Some price points are pretty decent. You also, again, figure out how to differentiate. Doesn't look like there's many ways you can, unless, you know, I'm not the most artistic or creative person in the world. So also the reviews are kind of high in some cases. Again, the order that Amazon shows here, it varies very geographically to my knowledge, and that's what I've noticed recently. So you may see some super high review counts down below, but if you check their BSRs, they may be relatively on the lower end, which is a better thing, which means they're making more sales. But you know, there is a possibility, for example, like what's a good example? Like here, 309 reviews, $21, and it has a lower BSR. So it could vary. And here, like 1,600 or 16,000 BSR, but it has a much lower review count. It very much depends on different things, but let's keep it going. Epoxy resin, Christmas fabrics, mirror sheets. What is this? Self-adhesive mirrors. Now, right off the bat, this seems like something that would be extremely fragile, and it's likely that a lot of these low reviews could be from broken mirrors or poor adhesion. So we can go ahead and look up mirror sheets. Mirror sheets. Yeah, see. I believe I've seen this too, or potentially one of my students have brought this up to me. But I'm assuming, like, you know, these low reviews are from poor reflection, poor adhesion, broken mirrors, so things like that. But it does look like a lot of people are purchasing this type of product. We can see this is the similar product. We can go ahead and go to Cerebro on Helium-10 to do a reverse ACID search to see what are the main keywords for this product, or what are the most searched for main keywords for this product. And again, automatically when Helium-10 pulls this up, it goes in order of organic rank. When you do it by search volume, it'll pull up by search volume and you can see where it's most highly ranked with the most search volume. So as you can see, it's ranked 42 for mirrors for wall, and let's see what else. It's ranked 20 for mirror wall decor. So we can go ahead and pull that up. You see much more similar products or different products. But if I were to sell this type of product, this is a keyword that I would definitely rank for, just because it's a main keyword. And it does have decently high search volume. Now, if we were to go further down the list, it's ranked 28 for large mirror. I wouldn't necessarily go for that. It's ranked for 20K search volume for mirror tiles, and I think this is probably one of its major keywords and where it drives most of the sales. So let's go ahead and look at this, pull this up. And yeah, this is exactly what we're looking for. Some of these guys still have high review counts. And again, one of the things that I would definitely be concerned about is being able to differentiate. Now, these guys have gone pretty creative with some of the images that they have been using, but if you're selling a mirror tile and you're using just a picture of the mirror tile like these guys are, it's going to be hard to grab the customer's attention. So it's going to be hard for you to make that sale. And yeah, you don't want it to be that difficult for you. Right off the bat, not right off the bat, but you want to be able to think of how you want to differentiate. If you're selling a product that looks the same as everything else's, like these top 4 products are probably the same product. They've just thought about how to, differentiate their main image. And sometimes that can be an extreme struggle and hard for certain products. So if you're not able to think of one way to do so, it's going to probably mean that your launch is going to be extremely hard, and that's not what you want to do when you're first starting out. So let's just keep it moving. This is interesting. Could be one. I personally buy plastic shot glasses all the time, so this may be interesting to look up. So let's go ahead and look up plastic shot glasses. Yeah, I mean, again, right off the bat, this is something that may be a little difficult to whatchamacallit, totally blanking out, differentiate on, but it's likely that this is super cheap to produce. I mean, it's a very small product. I can't imagine how much space 1,000 or 500 cups would take. I think a really good way to differentiate here, and this could be the potential product. Let me just check the demand and revenue here. So it's not too bad. A lot of these guys are doing close to 20,000 or a little more than 20,000. Top sellers doing 30K, just based on these numbers. Again, I can kind of double check. So I'll actually like to usually compare the two because sometimes one is more accurate than the other, and I'll compare accuracy based on my personal sales on, just doing a search on my own brand and business. So as you can see, there was much less revenue on Helium 10. So it really depends on, which one you want to go ahead and trust. And as you can see, where'd it go? Yeah, this biggest seller right here. Of course, they're not selling specifically shot cups, but then this guy's doing 130,000 in monthly revenue, which is much more than we saw on Helium 10 with these 100 shot glasses here. Is doing about 35,000, which is pretty healthy, especially if you're first starting out. I think that's something, or that's ideally what you would kind of target. So I think one way that most people have not thought about differentiating here is actually selling somewhat biodegradable shot glasses. Now, a lot of these things are disposable anyway, so chances are people are going to take the shot and then dispose of it, and not necessarily keep the shot in the cup. But I used to work in bioplastics as well, and honestly, a lot of the biodegradable plastics have become much more durable. And if you guys have eaten out, a lot of people, and that's going to be the same with biodegradable utensils as well. So I think that's going to be a huge one, and I think I might just stop the video there because it doesn't seem like a lot of people are doing this, and I think that has a huge potential to actually build upon in terms of starting a brand on Amazon, and the revenue seems pretty healthy here. One of the big things I'm going to say about that is that you will need to talk to people or talk to manufacturers like in the biodegradable materials field that are already doing like things like cups and utensils and things like that, and kind of talk to them, see if they can create these shot glasses, which I don't assume to be a large problem. There may be an initial mold fee to kind of create the mold for these products, but with the environment and with the USA kind of moving in the direction of more eco-friendly, biodegradable products, I think this is going to be a big one, because I honestly have never used a biodegradable shot glass in or a disposable shot cup in my life. So I think that may be a good one. As mentioned, I don't think I personally won't sell this product. I think that it's a really good differentiation, and I was personally looking into biodegradable goods as well. And as a promise to the Prestige fam, I don't sell any of the products that I find on this series. So you guys are more than welcome to take this product. It does have a healthy range. I would say if you were to sell a biodegradable shot glass and be the first one, it doesn't seem like anybody's doing it right now. You guys can do that search as well. You guys could definitely, overshoot a lot of these guys that are selling $30,000 to $100,000 in monthly revenue. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. Again, don't forget to use data. Don't forget to use the data from Helium-10 and Jungle Scout and other product research software tools to make those data-driven decisions and validate your products. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you guys did, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in anything like this or Amazon FBA private label related or anything Amazon FBA related. I'm sure you guys will find it beneficial. Again, I release videos once a week, so turn on that notification bell to get alerted when I do drop videos. I do have a Prestige Amazon FBA Facebook group. You can find that at Prestige Amazon FBA Mastermind on Facebook. We're over 1,000 members, so that's super exciting. And then also check out my Instagram, but all of that can be found in the description, as well as big discount codes for Helium-10 and Jungle Scout that'll benefit you guys a ton, and also send some commission my way and for this channel to definitely help grow this channel as well. But for every video, I do have a coaching call, so definitely like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below #Prestige Amazon FBA to be entered in a free 30-minute chat with myself to answer any questions that you may have, or just chat with me for a bit of time. But hopefully, again, you found this video helpful. That is my main objective for these videos and for this channel. So I appreciate you guys again staying till the end of this video, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Peace.